Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. My name is Plummy, and in this episode of Raid the K, I'm gonna be finishing off my reaction to DAY6's recently released album, The Book of Us, The Demon. And if you didn't saw my last reaction to the first 3 songs of this album, please do check it out. I thoroughly enjoyed at least 2 of the songs, and especially the songs Love Me or Leave Me. That song should have been the title track if you ask me. I love that song. So now my expectations for the 3 songs that I'm gonna be reacting to in this video are much higher. So hopefully that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna like these songs as much, because that would be very disappointing. But yeah, the songs that I'm gonna be reacting to in this video are going to be Stop, 1 to 10, and Afraid. So without further ado, let's just jump into it, starting off with Stop in 3, 2, far, yeah, this is another really good song of this album. But out of the 4 songs that I've reacted to so far, I feel like this one has the most egregious instrumental to singing sound thing. because the instrumentals are way too powerful. I can barely hear the singing in this one, so I couldn't really appreciate it as much. And I feel like if it was more fair, like the instrumental was a little bit more quiet, and the singing pretty much stayed the same, that would have been great. But as it stands, the instrumental, I like the instrumental, but it's drowning out the vocals, and I don't like that. It has the same problem like Stray Kids' Top had, at least the music video version. Maybe the Spotify version is not gonna be as bad in terms of that, but the version that I'm listening to is just way too loud in terms of the instrumental. So yeah, because of that, even though I still enjoy the instrumental and the singing, it's only gonna get a 9.3 out of 10, which is still a really good score, but it could have been a 10 out of 10 if the instrumental and the singing were more equal in terms of how loud they are. While objectively, I mean, even objectively, I don't want to give it a 10 out of 10. Like, if this is an issue for other people, like the other people are hearing the same thing as me, then in that case, it's gonna go to a 9.5 out of 10. If people hear it completely normally, like they don't hear the instrumental being super loud, then in that case, it will be, I guess, 9.7 out of 10, because it still doesn't feel like a 10 out of 10 song. Like, if I gave the last song a 10 out of 10 and not more than that, then I cannot give this one a full 10 out of 10, because it's not as good as that one. That one was just so much more energetic and fun and entertaining to me. This one is good, but it's not as good. So, yeah. I guess let's move on to the next one of this video, that being 1 to 10 in 3, 2, 1. Okay, definitely did not expect it to sound like this. I feel like it has a little bit of an atonal beat, where it kind of sounds a little bit offset. Okay, this song is starting to have some retro sounding vibes. And also, the producing on this one is definitely better. The vocals, I mean, the instrumental is not as powerful as it was in the last one. Like, it's not overshadowing the vocals. Although maybe it's still a little bit too loud. Okay, this song is starting to grow on me. At first with the offbeat sounding beginning, and at first it wasn't necessarily that catchy, but now that we're already kind of halfway through the song, it's definitely kind of catchy. Especially the chorus, I like it. I don't know why. I mean, I guess I know why, because both groups are from JYP, but DAY6's album reminds me so much of Stray Kids'. Like, so many of the songs sound so different from each other, but are all so good. Like, all of them are title track level of quality. Now I can't wait to get to DAY6's album to react to it. Because I want to compare if that applies to them as well. And whenever ITZY has a comeback, I'm gonna check their album out. That 1 to 10, 1 to 10, it's so catchy, I love it. Okay, I'm actually enjoying this one more than the last one. Even though, again, it's a little bit slower than the last one, similar to how it happened in the last video. But I feel like in this one, genuinely, I'm enjoying this one more than the last one. Not only because the instrumental and the vocals are more equal in terms of how loud they are. One is not overwhelming the other. But this one just stands out more than the last one. Because the last one, the main thing that sticks out to me is the instrumental, which is super overpowering. And I like the instrumental, but the overall song doesn't really stand out. This one does. This one has a slight retro vibe to it, and it reminds me of something that I've heard, but I cannot put what it is exactly. It just reminds me of a song that I would listen to whenever I put on some of the TV channels which play retro American music. It definitely reminds me of that. So yeah, I like it because it sounds a little unique. But how am I going to rate it? Okay, so I think personally I'm gonna give it somewhat of a high score, but hey, I enjoyed it. 9.7 out of 10. Just at first it threw me for a loop, and I wasn't sure whether I was gonna like it. I felt kind of I was going to dislike it, but after the offbeat beginning, it definitely started growing on me, and the unique sound of it definitely made me love it. Objectively, honestly, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. I think it's a really enjoyable song, and most people are not gonna give a shit about small details like these that I've pointed out in these videos. So yeah, I think most people are gonna love it. So yeah, let's get into the last song of this video, that being Afraid. And for some reason I'm hoping that this is gonna be a dark song, but yeah, I just wanted to mention that. So let's get into it in 3, 2, 1. Ooh. What the hell was that about? What the hell did they do with the song? It was like switching from the left to the right ear. Man, I thought Stray Kids' music was so creative and well produced. DAY6 is debatably better, even better. And I'm saying that as a stay. As one of the biggest stays, actually. Stray Kids are my top group. And this one, similar to the first song of the last video, gives me Disney Channel and specifically camp rock vibes. And I'm loving that. Man, I was worried that I wasn't going to like these 3 songs or they weren't going to be as good, but they ended up being debatably better. Holy shit, this is one of the best albums of this year. Also debatably number 1, I'm not sure. This is gonna be a tough competition to decide which is the best album. I love that they're doing this with the music where the focus of the sound switches from the left to the right ear. That's so cool. Also, these vocals. Wonpyo is the other member of this group who is really standing out to me with his vocals. I love Sungjin, but Wonpyo is also up there. I mean, all of them are. Okay, this is debatably better than Love Me or Leave Me. What the hell? I'm actually enjoying it just as much, if not more. And the vibes of Disney Channel's camp rock is even stronger in this one than it was in the first song. Okay, we're definitely reacting to this one a second time. I don't think I necessarily need to, but I enjoyed it and I want to listen to it one more time. So let's get into it again in 3, 2, 1. Guys, such a good song. This one has more of a sad vibe to it compared to Love Me or Leave Me. And honestly, because of that, I debatably like it more. It just hits closer to home because it's a sad song. For some reason, I just love being sad about things like this. Although I hate being depressed, but... And I love how it slowly builds it up, like even slower than some of the other songs. And honestly, this one, I think genuinely might be the best song of this album. Because in terms of the production, is the best. Like the instrumental and the vocals are perfect. The vibe is great, and it hits just as hard as Love Me or Leave Me. Okay, the more I've listened to this album, the more I question why the hell was Zombie chosen as the title track. Because from the songs that I've listened to, it's honestly my second to least favorite. Only the second song of the last video, the second song of the last video is kind of worse, debatably. Still, all these songs are good, but damn, they should have picked either this or Love Me or Leave Me as the title track, in my opinion. I mean, I get why they chose Zombie because it feels the most like the title track, but the quality, in terms of quality, these two songs like Afraid and Love Me or Leave Me are debatably better. Not debatably, they are better. Hell yeah, get it, Sungjin. I said it so many times already, but I love Sungjin's vocals. I love how he sounds like he's straining his vocal cords. I love that. It's so unique. He's the only vocalist in K-pop that I've heard to do that. Whew. Okay. And just like this, DAY6 has become one of my favorite K-pop groups ever. Because I thought Astro's B-sides were really good. And they are. I thought Stray Kids' or Dreamcatcher's album was the best this year. And they are. But holy shit, is DAY6 putting up hell of a fight for the top spot. I did not expect to enjoy this so much. Like both the last video and this video, all the songs are so good. My only complaint for the songs is actually two complaints. One, the production in terms of the instrumental not overpowering the vocals could have been better in several of the songs, definitely. In some, like Stop, it definitely needs to be better. And the only other complaint is that the songs don't necessarily stand out from each other as much as they could be for me to really like them. Because for example, with Dreamcatcher's album, all the songs like Red Sun, In the Frozen, Black or White, Sahara, and the title track Scream, and some of the other songs which I don't really like as much, like Tension and Jazz Bar, all have completely different vibes from each other. The songs in this album don't necessarily have that, like all of them are good, but all of them stick to the pop rock kind of thing, I feel like. With like Love Me or Leave Me, I would say standing out the most out of this album. But I still enjoy it, don't get me wrong, and it's definitely a contender for the best album of this year, because holy shit. But going back to this song specifically, I mean, I think you already know what I'm gonna say about it. It's gonna be a 10 out of 10 personally and objectively. It's just that good of a song. I still am not sure whether I like this or Love Me or Leave Me more, because I feel like Love Me or Leave Me, as I said, stands out more and hits harder, but this one just, the vibe of it is much closer to my heart. I just love sad songs or songs with sad vibe to them. Just those kinds of songs just appeal to me in a different way than the harder hitting energetic party songs. So I don't know, for the types of things that these two songs are doing, they're definitely the best, and I love them equally, I would say. I think that would be the best way to say it. And I just want to mention something a little bit weird, I guess you could say. Love Me or Leave Me feels like a day song, while Afraid feels like a night kind of song. I don't know, it just gives me that kind of vibe. Like Love Me or Leave Me feels like a brighter song, while this one definitely feels like a darker one. Yeah, this was a really good album. And you know what? If this video and the last video get enough views and enough likes, I'm actually willing to check out all their other music, just as I am doing for Astro. But I would definitely need you guys to watch this video, like this video, comment on this video if you want me to do that, because if it's not really gonna get that many views, I'm probably eventually still gonna do it, but if it genuinely blows up, I would definitely be more willing to do it right off the bat. So if you want me to, as I said, leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. Also, check out the link in the description to my Twitter if you want to follow me there, and to my Wattpad, where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And additionally, I also have a blog on which I review TV shows, movies, cartoons, anime, anything like that that you can think of. And also sometimes do top 10 lists. Not always necessarily something you might be interested in, but the top 20 K-pop songs of 2020, the top albums of 2020, the top 20 B-sides of 2020 are gonna be first made into lists on my blog before they are made into videos at the end of the year. So if you're interested into checking out that list as soon as it's released, which is still gonna be in a few months, probably at some point during December, because I want to listen to as many of the songs of the year as I can, do go over on that blog. And if you end up enjoying the blog, you end up enjoying my stories, or simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to Patreon or subscribe star where you can pledge support and help keep the channel going. It helps support me so I can keep writing the stories you enjoy and doing the things you enjoy in general. And additionally, I just want to mention that all the money they decide to support me with are going to go towards my transition fund, because if you're new to the channel or just haven't noticed, I'm actually transgender, but I still haven't started my transition. I will once I move out in the next few months. So if you could help me out monetarily, that would be greatly appreciated, but if you don't want to do it, that's completely fine. You can still help me out by liking this video, subscribing, and especially sharing this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. And I think it's pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!